to be? Women on assignment.
I'll say what you want me to say. I'll teach what you want me to teach. I'll preach what you want me to preach. Women on assignment.
Go, go, go,
Hey.
go, go, go,
Hey.
go, 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 go. Women on assignment. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll be what you want me to be. Women on assignment.
I'll say what you want me to say. I'll teach what you want me to teach. I'll preach what you want me to preach. Women on assignment.
Go, go, go,
Hey.
go, go, go,
Hey.
go, 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 go. Women on assignment. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll be what you want me to be. Women on assignment.
I'll say what you want me to say. I'll teach what you want me to teach. I'll preach what you want me to preach. Women on assignment.
Go, 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 go,
Hey.
go, 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 go,
Hey.
go, 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 go. Women on assignment. I'll go where you want me to go. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll be what you want me to be. I don't think I'm ready.
They ain't ready.
We got to start off.
No, you wasn't supposed to.
Okay, listen. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Women on Assignment. My name is Leslie Mitchell,
I am Shamonia Wimberly.
Hello, and I am Lakeisha Marion.
and we are Women on Assignment. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in each week with us right here on Musgrow Music TV. And, as always, we do have a great hot topic tonight. But before we do that, we just want to read a couple of comments that we received on our Facebook page or through text messaging. We just always want to share how we are empowering, impacting people's lives. So really quickly, I have one. I know Shamonia have one. Just from our last show last week, a good friend of mine, she texted me and really just said, I'm just going to read her. She said, y'all really motivated me yesterday, because she watched the show a couple of, that day while on my treadmill. Procrastination, passion, and purpose. Girl, that was awesome. I got to get me a new daily planner so I can start dedicating my time to the right things. So she is, trying to start her own business, but she's been procrastinating or thinking that she has to get everything in order. But she said by watching our show, she is going to definitely move forward and take action. So I just want to say kudos to you, Miss Yolanda, for watching the show. And we're so excited that we were able to inspire you to take that action and take your business to the next level. So let's give that up.
One that I would like to share is Lisa Cotter said she loves the 3 P's. So last week we talked about the procrastination, passion, and purpose. So she said she was going to apply that with her new sales career, and she's going to realign and reassess her goals.
Okay.
Wow, awesome.
So kudos, congratulations. We look forward to seeing your success.
Yes.
All
So that
right.
procrastination, that purpose, and that passion, that was hot.
That was hot.
That was hot. But as always, we love to talk. We have our hot topic for today. And we were talking earlier and it came, why do you think, sometimes that people tend to find themselves going from church to church, not being able to stay in a particular church? Do you think it's because sometimes it could be the way they're being treated, because in churches sometimes, as Christians, we can be some very difficult people, sometimes judgmental people.
Okay.
So do you think that has a lot, what do you think about church hurt, or things that happen in the church that causes people to maybe second guess their relationship with God, or even having a relationship with God based on the way they may have been treated in church?
That's pretty deep. While you were saying that, something came to my head.
Okay.
Sometimes people can actually outgrow a church.
Yes.
And what I mean by that, when they begin to develop a relationship with God, and they might just need more and more, that might be a reason.
True.
But church hurt. That's
Right.
pretty deep. That's deep right there. Church hurt. Church hurt.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you share.
Oh my God, I can remember, when you come from out of the world, Just think about it. You're out in the world and people mistreat you in the world. Not only do they mistreat you, they talk about you, betrayal, a lot of rejections in the world, and you come to the church to look for that love and support. And as a baby in Christ, I can remember going to my church, where I was just tired of living the fast life, where I went there, because I wanted to change my life. And I can remember when I went there, you're coming from the world, so a lot of times you don't have the church clothes when you come there.
Okay.
And there were a lot of women that was actually judging me in the church when I came there, about the way that I dressed. When I came there, I didn't know that they were really judging me, but someone else knew that they were all judging me. Instead of pulling me to the side or taking me shopping to actually buy me some clothes, they didn't do that. And it was really sad. And then not only that, when you have like a lot of like the older women in church, and some of them are thinking that when you're new coming to church, you're coming from out of the world, they're thinking that their husband is looking at you and you're just there to just be delivered and just change your whole life. And I can remember at my old church, someone actually came to me and said, you know what, I'm going to take you shopping. That's what we should do as Christians, not judge each other, be so judgmental. But this person is coming from out of the world, no telling what they went through in their childhood, with their mother, with their father. You don't know what this person went through, and just coming there looking for that love from the church. And I thank God for her, because she, I didn't even know that they were actually discussing the way that I was dressing. I wasn't trying to dress provocative. I just kind of woo what I had, in my closet. And she took me shopping and brought me all type of clothes. I'm going to take you shopping and bless you, because she overheard the women that was talking about me. And I thank God for her, because guess what? She didn't have to do. That's what you call a real person.
Right.
That's really showing Christ-like in the love of God.
Right.
Yes.
That's true. That's
So
true.
Wow.
I have a question for you. So how did that make you feel? I want to know the different feelings. So when you were approached and you heard that they were talking about you, how did you feel inside?
I felt really bad, because I'm like, wow, I'm coming to church. I mean, we had a lot of services, and every service I was at, we had an 8 o'clock service, a 12 o'clock service, and we had a service like at 7 to 7:30 at night.
And you were at every one of them?
I was at every service. I mean, I was on fire for God, and that's where I got delivered through that ministry. So I was there every time we went somewhere to minister. My pastor to a different church, I was always there. I was always bringing young women into the church that lived the same life that I lived, and it really hurt.
Right.
Because you're here, you're thinking, I'm trying to change my life. You're so nice, you're polite. You just, hey, I'm in church now. I'm not living that world, living in that type of lifestyle anymore. And then for her to come to me, because she overheard them just doing all the bittering and the talking about me, and she took it upon herself and took me shopping. I felt so good, but it hurt. I mean, it really did hurt. And I'm like, wow. But I stayed there. I didn't go anywhere. And then, during the time with the growth and all of that, now they can really see who God was actually raising me up to be and who I am today.
Right.
So sometimes I thank God for the ups and downs and what people think and try to count you out. Count me out, because at the last, God got the last word, not you.
Right. So what advice would you give someone that's experiencing that type
the church hurt?
Yes.
I would say never let anyone run you from the church. Okay. People are going to have their own opinions, their own feelings on how they feel. But you know why you came to the church. You know what you need for God. You know your relationship with God. So you don't let I never let anyone run me out of the church, no matter what they said, how they felt, who came up against me. Because that makes me who I am today in Christ.
Yes.
So my words would be, don't leave, stay there. Don't leave. Even though they may be talking about you and, just not being nice, don't leave. Stay there, because that's a part of your assignment. That was a part of my test that I had to actually go through. But look at me now. It made me have tough skin now. It taught me how to love people in spite of what they feel, when it comes to church. And my words is just stay there. Don't leave, because you don't know what God is trying to do within you.
All right now.
So I stayed there, and I look at the woman of God I am today.
Well,
all right.
What God has did from, scandalizing my name, all the things that they said. But you never know what God is doing. He has turned me into a beautiful young lady, and He's doing some great and mighty things in my life for the ones that counted me out.
All right. All right.
Well, okay.
Confidence.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Confidence. Well, with listening to you and when we're talking about the church hurt, because you said don't leave, stay there. And I know a lot of times I've talked to different people who have gone to a church, and a lot of times in churches, certain churches, there can be like cliques and things of that nature,
Yes.
and you have the well-to-do people sitting over here, and it can be cliquish. It can be just like in any other organization where we should not be,
Right.
but people gravitate to certain people,
Right.
and sometimes as people coming in new to the church, they can feel like an outsider, or they can feel like an outcast, and then especially like you're saying, if you're coming from the world, and you may not have the right attire, or you may look a certain way or talk a certain way, people begin to immediately judge those people. So sometimes, it's hard for, I know people say that's one of the reasons why they don't go to church.
Right.
Because people in the church are so hypocritical. People in the church, they always judging everybody.
Yes.
So, they don't go to church, so, but it doesn't stop them from having technically a relationship with God, because you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. Let's just get that out there. But, I think, for people, it can be hard to just stay there. So in order to stay there, you have to, when you were talking, you already had something in you that you knew, who you were as a person, basically. So a lot of times people have an identity crisis, which, kind of leads us into what we're going to be talking about on this show. Yeah. So when they don't know who they are, and then they're going to the church, they're looking for help, they're looking for support, they're looking for a way out, whatever, and they get, talked about, they get, shunned down, they get, ignored, or they feel, like they just, no one is, talking to them or welcoming them. So they end up just shying away and leaving because maybe they don't know who they are themselves. Right. So it's kind of harder to stay. I'm just, that's just kind of my take. I've listened to some people tell me that's why they don't go to church, because of church people.
Yeah, that's true. That's what they say. Now, I'm glad this is a great topic, because I read something on Facebook. It was 15 reasons why millennials basically why they didn't want to get caught up in religion. And what they said was that the people that are in church are hypocritical. We condemn them for sex, we condemn them for all these different things, and then they look at our life and they say, well, you guys aren't living this straight life, and you telling us this, and you still smoking, or you still doing this, and you still doing that. So I thought that story was pretty interesting. How they have their own view, a whole generation. And you know what? And that's why this show is so important, because it allows people to be who they are. And I just, love who we are, because we're individual women that love Christ. And, it's not like we present this like we got it all together. We share our stories to allow other people to just grow. And, in your timing, you'll develop that relationship, or in your time and in your own way. It allows us not to be judgmental, and we put it out there so that you're not judgmental of us, but we're having a decent conversation and allow you to build and grow from our experiences. So I love that.
Wow.
Did I wrap that up?
You wrapped that up.
All right.
So what we're going to do on that note, as usual, y'all know we have to, pay the bills. So we're going to show these commercials, and then we'll be
paying these bills.
We're going to stop paying these bills. But, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Put your hands in the air. Put 'em up. 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 If you love the Lord like I do, say amen. Amen. If you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, say amen. Amen.
Hi, my name is George Snipe, your professional tax preparer. Here at Taxes USA, you can get your business tax, personal tax, bookkeeping. Visit us at taxez3usa.com. Give me a call, 754-333-1040. Taxes USA, the tax expert on your side.
And we're open to the public all year round.
Hello, we are back. So now we want to hear, how did you overcome your church hurt? Leave it on our Facebook page. You guys see us here. We want to hear if you stand your ground, or did you leave when you had church hurt? So we want to hear your comments. We want to hear back from you.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
Leave a comment on our page.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Because I think I said my ground.
You did. Yeah, you stood your ground.
And
Yes.
now it's in transition to the next ministry.
Right.
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
You did. And our Facebook page is Women on Assignment.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely. All right. So, next on our agenda, ladies,
Okay.
the topic of today. Our topic for today is identity crisis. So, 'tis the season to be jolly. And you know what that means? It's the holiday time coming up, right?
Mhm.
So, I want to know, as the women that we talk about, the MAC, right? Our money, assets, and
Not
credit. Do we have individuals that are going to try to get all those lavish things and all those things to help boost who they think it will allow them to be?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Or do you just continue to build your confidence in who you are? Like, do you need things to help you
Define who you are.
define who you are?
Wow.
That's powerful. If you lost everything, do you still have you?
You still have you.
Will you lose yourself?
Would you lose yourself? Right.
Oh, that's powerful.
That's powerful.
Because some people are defined by their husband. I'm so and so
Mm-hmm.
wife.
Yes.
And then some people look for the trophy wives.
Yes.
Some people are defined because,
Right.
now I'm going to give it an example. You drive some nice cars.
Yes.
So are people looking at the things that you have to define you? And are you utilizing the things that you have to define you? Or are you confident in who you are?
I can say I'm confident in who I am. When you spoke about identity crisis, I can remember, I'm going to kind of go back a little. I can remember where it actually starts from, because it all starts from somewhere.
Yes,
and people
absolutely.
really don't know who they are when they deal with identity crisis.
Correct.
With myself, I would say as a young girl, never meet my dad till I was 18.
Right.
But sometimes we wonder where all these things come from
Oh,
when
come
we
on.
actually try to cover up who we are and we really don't know who we
Pull
are.
them layers off.
And yes, pull those layers off, right.
Yeah.
And I can remember, just make it very short and simple, not knowing my dad,
Right.
meet my dad when I was 18. Actually, I remember being a little girl in middle school being molested. So a lot of that stuff comes from that. So you think about that, being molested, you don't have a father figure, your mother is a single parent, and it turns you to do, things that you don't want to do to actually be able to try to keep up with the Joneses.
Okay.
When you're young, you're in high school, you want all the nice things, what your other friends may have, because they may have a mother and a father figure.
Right.
Or you may follow your other friends that are actually doing bad things to be able to have the nice things. And
Right.
I can say with me, I went living a fast life, I didn't know who I was.
Okay.
I dealt with identity crisis. I didn't know, because I was the type of person that always had to have, anyone that knows me, I always had a nice car.
Okay.
Always had rims on my car. That's what defined me. Always had the latest bags,
Wow.
the latest clothes, the latest hairdos, and I thought that's what it was. But then when I found Christ,
Okay.
and I can say probably back in like 2001, 2002, when I found Christ, I realized that I didn't know who I was. But when I kind of rethink everything, I'm like, where did this all start from? Because it started from somewhere. People don't just grow up and say, hey, I'm going to date a drug dealer. I'm going to be a stripper. I'm going to, do bad things.
Right.
You don't just wake up and say you're going to do that.
Right.
It starts from somewhere. And where does it really start from? And I realized that when I accepted Christ, I'm like, wow, when you said actually removing the layers, I didn't know who I was.
Okay.
When I accepted Christ, those things didn't matter anymore. I can remember having the finest car, a Mercedes-Benz. And when I accepted Christ, I remember getting rid of that car and I got a Honda Accord.
Okay.
So coming to that place in my life, I realized that the things did not make me. I was not whole at that time. Everything that I had did not bring happiness. There was still a void that was missing. It was empty. But when I accepted Christ, that void was filled. So it didn't matter if I had nice things or if I didn't. You know what I mean? Because now I knew who I was. I wasn't dealing with the identity crisis anymore. So accepting Christ, I knew who I was. I felt whole. I felt complete. I felt like there was nothing missing. But I kept looking back over my life, and I kept saying people was identifying you for the things that you had. And then
Exactly.
when I accepted Christ, I just felt so whole. I said, wow, now I know really who I am. I said, all those things, the makeup that you cover up in, the hairstyles and the cars, you was covering up, really. You didn't really know identity Christ, who you was. But I'm going to say this right here. When I accepted Christ, I knew who I was. So when God started to bless me again with all the nice things, those things didn't matter. And even to this point right now, even though I have the nice things right now, I know who I am in Christ. I know where my help comes from.
Right.
So those things don't move me.
They don't move.
They're just things that are actually added because I know who I am. And it feels so good to know who I am now.
Right.
That I'm a child of God.
Yeah.
So I know who Lakeisha is. So I really didn't know. I went through life a long time not knowing.
Exactly.
Wow.
But now I know and I feel whole that I found Christ.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Now I want to hear Leslie's story. And the reason why I said that, because I've never seen Leslie. I've been knowing Leslie since I was 15.
Right.
We started working together. Probably both of our first job, and I've never seen Leslie without confidence. I've never seen her not really, go through anything like her friends. And I want to hear your story because I want to know if it was because of the foundation that you had.
I would probably say it was because I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Right.
Yes.
Both of my parents, did well. So we, middle class, very loving. My sisters and brothers were very close. So my experiences from you and Lakeisha are totally different.
Right. Exactly.
In that regard. So that probably is the reason why I grew up, being able to understand that you could be anything you wanted to do. I had some very supportive parents. I had very supportive siblings. I'm the youngest of 5, so I always say I had, I have 2 sisters and 2 brothers. So I always say I had 3 mamas and 3 dads. Even though I'm the youngest, but I'm really the oldest now.
Right. Okay.
So I think having that, that very strong foundation really helped groom me and help me to understand at a very young age, I didn't have an identity crisis. I knew exactly, who I was. And I was raised in the church and I accepted Christ at a very young age. So, but even accepting Christ at a very young age, I still went through that transition of, going from being religious versus having a relationship with God.
Okay.
So once I developed that relationship, then I was able really now to, I always had a sense of who I was and what I wanted to do out of life. And then I was always confident and a positive, outgoing person. I always give people the benefit of the doubt all the time. And until you show me who you are. And so having that experience kind of shaped me to be able to understand, who I was. And but just when I got that relationship with Christ, it just added another layer on for me that I'm now not just because you say you could be defined by things, people, everybody, I'm Lavetta's daughter, whatever, I'm the baby of the family, whatever. So you do, have that identity stuck to you by people who you associate with and who you know in your family.
Right.
But I've never really had that experience of not understanding who I was. Maybe not the experience of finding out what my purpose was, but who I am. I knew that I was a child of God, but not understanding fully what that meant until I was an adult and understanding what all that came with being a child of God and just some of the privileges or some of that's where the confidence I think comes from, or understanding that with God, I just posted that today, without God I'm nothing.
Yes.
With God I'm everything.
Yes.
Right.
So that was for me my experience basically.
Wow.
What a difference.
Well, my story kind of ties in, similar to Lakeisha's, but it just seemed like just recently I am totally free. And it wasn't necessarily when I gave my life to Christ, because I still was, looking for love.
Yes.
Because I still didn't love myself.
Yes.
So I would still say that I still didn't know who I was, because if I did, I would have accepted myself. It wasn't until just recently that I had conquered everything and found self-love. It's crazy because I'm so free. And I'm like, I could be with somebody and I don't have to be with somebody.
Exactly.
And now that I was like, I'm not running after, love and guys and that sort of thing.
Yes.
It's like, now I have an overflow. So, my inbox, my text messages, and I'm like, now I don't even know who y'all are. I don't even know who. But just kidding. But when you're confident, Apostle always talks about this thing, law of attraction. So when you're full and you know who you are, guess what? That projection and your atmosphere and everything is gravitating into you. So what you're putting out, you're getting back.
Yes.
So because I was feeling rejection, whenever I was meeting somebody, I was connecting rejection back.
Wow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then I'm trying to prove to this person that I love so dearly why they should love me. But why should they love me? Because I don't even love myself. So then that allows them to treat you how they feel that it's okay to treat you.
Yes.
But the minute you know yourself, you won't put up with that crap.
Exactly.
So take a number. Because I know who I am.
And then listen to you, because I remember, like you said, we've known each other for a long time, and I remember sometimes we would have conversations, and I would always say, well, Mona, you attract who you are.
Yes, you attract who you are. Ooh, that's deep.
I love that.
So if you want to attract something different, you gotta change.
You gotta change. You gotta be different. You gotta be different because in our spirit, man, like I said, our spirits are attracted to certain spirits.
Exactly.
So if you're a person, who don't know who you are, basically you haven't identified yourself in Christ, and you're attracting who you are at that moment in time. Right. So, if you're a person who always, and we talk about that negative self-talk and all that, if you're always saying, I'm always going to be broke, I'm never going to be able to do anything. So you're attracting those type of people to you. So that becomes who your circle is around. Opposed as to if you're somebody who's saying, right?
Exactly.
Because your spirit knows, you are attracting who you want to attract.
Exactly.
So you're putting that out there in the atmosphere. So, again, that comes from, where you're attracting negativity, or you always say bad things keep happening to me, or that, because you are attracting that energy. Right. So you have to start, changing your mindset and shifting your thinking. Because I was just talking to a young man maybe a couple weeks ago at church, and I was asking him, why didn't he go on a trip with some of his family and friends? And he said, because I'm broke. And I said, oh, no, you're not going to say that.
All right now.
We're not going to even claim broke. I said, you just going to say you ain't have the funds right now.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to start thinking about the things you put out of your mouth, because like you said, it's the law of attraction. It'll come back to you.
That's right. That's true.
Wow.
You attract what you are.
You attract what you are.
Next level. Ooh, that's what we attracted.
Yes.
Next level. So, again, it's just all about, how do you view yourself? Going back to that identity crisis, what is it that you think of yourself?
So do you guys think that there's something that we can have our audience to do to think differently, a takeaway from what we're speaking of? One thing that I would say is affirmation. We play around with affirmations. We play around with it.
Yeah.
We do not truly believe the affirmations. If you're doing affirmations, but guess what? You need to go ahead and really horn in and tone your energy into what you are speaking and what you're saying and what you're writing on those affirmations. And I challenge each and every one of you to at least identify 5 affirmations, because we're going into 2017. And Shamonia, Leslie, Lakeisha, we come to your town. We talk about financial freedom.
That's right.
So affirmation number 1 needs to be something around, guess what? Your finances, your credit, and your money and your assets will be changing in 2017.
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
All right.
I love
Powerful.
that. What's going to be changing bonus them?
They match.
They match.
Their money, their assets, and their credit.
And guess what? Who better can tell them than us?
So, okay.
When you have your stuff in order.
That's right.
Exactly.
Your money, your assets, and your credit.
That's right.
Wow.
That
So
is
yeah,
key.
That's powerful.
That's powerful.
Come
so
on
like
now.
you said, so just, we challenge all of you, because I did it myself before, writing those affirmations, just write 5, and then you want to read them, every day.
Yes.
And, you want to make those, see yourself. Where do you see yourself in 2017? What do you see yourself doing in 2017? So just take a hard look at yourself, and that's going to help you identify who you are and what you want out of life.
Right.
So, with that being said, wow, we out of time.
Yes.
Well, maybe we can take one little commercial break and come back and wrap it up. How about that?
I don't know if we can do that.
Okay.
But what we can do is we can maybe continue the conversation on our next show. But, again, we want to thank you all for tuning in tonight with us, right here on Musgrove Music TV. Again, we are here every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can make sure you tune in and watch us. Invite your family, invite your friends.
Yes.
And, we will see you here next week.
You don't want to meet us there, but you want to beat us there. See
Yes.
you next Monday at 7:30 p.m.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.